welcome to another episode of Diary of a Wannabe Comedian with me, Belle, a wannabe comedian. It is super hot today, and it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. So, yeah, aircon stays on. Sorry, guys, but you're well used to the drill now. So what can I talk about? I have been to the cinema twice since we spoke. I have been to see How to Train Your Dragon, and I've just come back from seeing Megan, the second movie. I've not seen the first one, but I get the gist of what it was about having watched the second one. So Megan is a horror story, and of course I'm not talking about our Montecito friends. I'm talking about the other horror story, Megan, who's an AI doll who's programmed to save the person who made her niece, I think. Anyway, it was okay. It was good. It was funny. There was a few bits in there where people were laughing. I think it was meant to be a bit funny and tongue-in-cheek in places, so that was good. The other movie I saw, as I say, was How to Train Your Dragon, which I loved. I absolutely loved it. I didn't really know the story. I mean, I know there's been several iterations of that movie, and that story's been around some time. I didn't really know the story, but I really enjoyed it. And this particular version obviously was, pro-disability. That's the only way to put it. It was very woke in terms of the dragon had a disability, and the protagonist, what was his name? I've forgotten his name. Oh my God, I've forgotten his name. Something about sneezing or bless you or something like that. The lead character's name, why can't I remember? Anyway, it's too hot, that's what it is. So he was quite the little engineer, and he made him this prosthetic tail so that he could fly, and it was just really cute and ironic, really, because it was, like I said, it was very pro disability, because there was a few characters in there that had disabilities, and they didn't hold them back, let's put it that way, and almost presented as a superpower in some ways. And I found that particularly ironic given the week that we've had with our British politics, in that one week we vote to legalise suicide. I mean, not that it was illegal, but help people end their lives, while at the same time stopping payments to help people with disabilities do everyday things that a lot of people take for granted, like go to the toilet. We've decided we're not going to give people their £70 a week or whatever it is they used to get on PIP, which is personal independent payment, I think, to help disabled people be independent. Our great leader has decided, actually, no, we're going to take that away from people. Basically saying if you're disabled, you're surplus to requirements. That's pretty much how it feels. I don't know what you think. In fact, let's ask another leader what he thinks of our government, Keir Starmer, and our government making these decisions.
They don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
So there you have it. An authority, I think. In case you were wondering, by the way, the question that I posed at the end of the last podcast, in case you were wondering, I absolutely would rather be governed by President Trump, without a doubt. You can say what you like, but the man is decisive. He knows where he's going. In fact, he's everything that our current government is not. And there's a lot to be said for someone who just tells it like it is. And I have a lot of respect for people who just tell it like it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying he is perfect. I am not saying that he's done no wrong. I am merely saying I would like to be governed by somebody who believes in free speech. And so it's a specific reason that I feel like that this week. I may change in the future, but at the moment I am very disheartened, shall we say. So I'm referring to, because I am a member of the Free Speech Union, as you know, and I am referring to the fact that we are no longer an open country for free expression in the UK. There is a global index, I didn't know about this, but it came into being in 2000, so it's been around for 25 years, and it rates countries from 0 to 100 based on how free its people are to, for example, post online, protest, access information, and hold the powerful to account. So generally speaking, 80 to 100 is, not generally actually, 80 to 100 is open. That's the top you can get. And then it goes down to 0 to 19, which is a country in crisis. The UK has been sort of solidly around the mid-80s mark, so it was 88 for a long time. It did drop down in 20, let me see now, I'm looking at the article. It dropped down in 2014 to 87, and then it dropped down again in 2019 to 85, but it is now 79, which takes it out of the top spot, and it puts us in the second tier of less restricted countries. And that list includes Colombia, Nigeria, Romania, and South Africa. Now, I find that deeply concerning, and I cannot envisage any scenario where America would allow that to happen. Anyway, that's the end of the political section, which pretty much means it's the end of the podcast, because I haven't got much else to say, other than I have 2 gigs this week, and so I will give you an update as to how they went on Thursday. Much love and gratitude.